Hi everyone, welcome to March. So less is more for March, I feel. We've gone for a very minimal spring-like theme. I'm only using two colours, so this beigey taupe colour and this green, and I have used the Tombow black just to make headings stand out a little bit more, and a Tombow fineliner in 0.1 this month. Let's have a look, shall we? So that's February, and here's March. So like I said, very minimal spring theme, so just kind of those first florals popping up. And let's have a look at the template for the month. So you have got your cover page, a week to view. So we've added in the line art florals with just kind of like a splodge of any colour really. It's come out quite pinky, but I was using the taupe colour. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And then you have your habit tracker, and our mood tracker is a lovely floral bunch. So I was going to colour in all the leaves anyway and leave the flower heads as each day of the week. So let's have a little look at our tutorial. Okay, so let's have a look at the type of flowers we'll be creating. So I'm just going to zoom in so you can see a bit clearer. And we're just going to do a freehand flower. Now you can trace my flowers. I'm actually going to include a PDF page of just the florals so that if you wished, you can print them onto sticker paper, cut them out and stick them in. Or you could just cut them out and print stick them in rather than draw them. You can obviously trace them through as well, or you can do freehand. So the first kind of shape we're going to look at, let me just get my pencil. Okay, so just swapping to my trusty hexagonal pencil here. The shape we're kind of going for is almost like a, what's that, like a semicircle. That's how our flower starts, and obviously we've got a stalk coming down, and we might have an offshoot, and again it's more of a bud and an offshoot coming off here, and maybe a bit more of an open bud. So that's the kind of shapes, and we can just quickly mock those out. And then all I'm going to do is use kind of like a bit, let me see if I can zoom in a bit more so you can clearly see. I'm going to use almost like a bit of a jaggedy pen. This is my 0.1. So just a bit of a ruffled, almost like a ruffled edge. And then I'm going to come down to the corner, and then I can kind of like make out some petals there if I wish, and then bringing this corner almost in there, and maybe there's like a petal that comes to the side there that's a bit more open. And that's really the shape we're going for. You can add on sometimes like just some detail, depends how detailed you want to go, where that meets the stalk. And then I just like a really kind of jaggedy, sketchy stalk. So then when it comes to doing the buds, we've got this almost like trumpet kind of tulip shape, and we're just going to do the same thing. So we've got a central petal like this, and then maybe there's just one to the side and another one to the side there, and again you can put the kind of stem bud there, and then a jaggedy line in, and something that's maybe a bit more open. Let's start with, again, the middle. So we're going to go up here to create a petal there, and then maybe another petal comes around to there. Then as you get to the outer ones, they almost get skinnier and kind of frame those inner ones. And if you want, you could put a little bit of a detail to one in the back, a little body detail there, and then again a really sketchy line taking us down. So that's how I created the floral. And then we've got really simple leaf shape. So with the leaf shape, if we're doing freehand, just one curve, and then you're kind of meeting it with another curve, just like that. And then we've got a detail going through, and they just shoot off from one another. So if one goes that way, then the next one's going to come out from the other side, like so, and then, you know, again coming from this side and running out of paper. But that's the idea for the leaves. So that's kind of large scale. Obviously we're going to be doing these a bit smaller, so you can see the scale that we're going to be working with is a bit more like this. Okay, let's have a little look at the templates. So if you are used to me and using my templates, you will know that I have the hack of shading in on the reverse and then using that to trace through. So you would overlay it and then trace through your shapes, and what you're left with is this kind of just a really fine imprint. It's not a detailed sketch, but it gives me an idea of exactly where I want those florals to go, because these are kind of worked out on almost like giving it balance. So I kind of look at it and sketch it out first. So now I know what the balance is going to be, I can go in with my fineliner. So let's zoom in a bit more. I won't speed this bit up because for a change today, we don't have a huge amount going on. So I can just, you know, leisurely sketch in these details, and hopefully maybe you could do this real time with me if you have the templates in front of you. So we're just kind of going to do our petal shapes there, and then this one is going to come down to the bottom of the page. Let me double check we're still on screen. Yes, we are. So I don't know how you've been feeling. I am feeling tired. I'm actually recording this on Saturday. Kind of started the whole process on Wednesday of designing the bullet journal. I spent yesterday drawing it up, which was Friday, and I really wanted to get this this done and uploaded yesterday, but just ran out of time. And then, to be honest with you, by the evening I just sat down and I couldn't get back up. Do you ever have that when you sit down and that's it? With all good intentions, you planned to get back up and continue, but it just didn't work out for you that day. That was yesterday. We actually sat and watched TV, and we started Vikings of Valhalla, the second season, and just basically got addicted quite quickly and ended up watching it all night long. Last night I think we finished the season. We did it in about 3 days. But yeah, it was a nice evening. Rare evening in front of the TV. I didn't go to the gym yesterday. I'm trying to give my body adequate time for rest, which is not something that I have been used to. I'm very used to keeping going and pushing through and not listening to my body. So I did do that, and I'm not sure if I feel better for it or worse for it, I'll be honest with you, because I still feel tired and I haven't done the exercise either. So I kind of feel, right, well, I was tired anyway, so I may as well just do the exercise. But anyway, I said I'd give it 2 weeks to see if it makes any difference. So I've kind of been training with a PT who is a friend, and she recommended that I do less to give my body more time to recover. So I am taking it on her advisory. So, I mean, you know, in terms of like actually somebody telling you and giving you permission, you would think it would be easy to stop. But actually, it's quite difficult for me to stop because I got into a good routine of going to the gym every day and kind of feels a bit, I don't know, it feels like something's missing now. But I am going to go today, so I hope that's going to give me this kind of energy boost, give me those good endorphins. So I'm going to go later after this video is recorded, because actually, unbeknownst to you guys, this video takes so long. So once I've edited it, it takes so long to export it and get it uploaded. It takes about an hour. I don't know whether it's just my processing system is slow or what, but I don't know any other bloggers, so I don't know if that's normal for it to take that long, but it does take so long. So I'm going to go to the gym, and then when I get back, hopefully it'll be exported and we can get this uploaded to Patreon for you, and you can spend your weekend doing pretty things like this. It's pretty floral. They do remind me of I always say it wrong, anemones. Anemones, was that right? I did try and grow them in the garden, but I'm not. If you've seen my house, and gosh, ages ago on Journal Club, I did a bit of a plant tour of my house. I think it's when I had COVID, and I do have a lot of plants. I'm very good at keeping house plants. Not so great at keeping flowers in the garden. I wish I was better. I don't know. I think as well, because houseplants require actually very little upkeep. I think that's a misconception, is that they need a lot of care. They actually don't need a lot of watering. In fact, it's beneficial. A lot of people have problems because they overwater, so it works out really well for me. But I do think it's the opposite for garden flowers. I think you need to be better at watering and keeping on top of it. So there's our florals, really minimal, really pretty, and I love it. So what I thought would be nice is to have a really kind of contrasting bold title. So that's why I've chosen to go for the Tombow black. And I'm just going to add in the March. So there we go, March is in. And as you all know, I love my stamp. So we've got the stamp. You don't have to change it, because February is exactly the same layout as March. Obviously we just got the extra days, because blimey, February was short, wasn't it? So we can keep exactly the same stamp set. I've only got one of these left in stock, guys. I will order some more. So there we go, super pretty. So what I thought was nice, you can either leave it as this, or what I've done with mine is I've just added a little bit of colour. No, of course it's not. I was going to give you the number whilst we're on camera, but of course it's not, because this is a well-used colour and the number is well and truly worn off on it. So I will put the number in the comments. But if you've bought Tombows because of our tutorials before, there's a good chance you'll have this one. It is something that I've used before and I like to use. So definitely a good one to add into your collection. I was going to make a bold claim, say that I thought I knew the number, but I'm not going to. I'm going to wait and check it. Okay, so just adding a bit more colour down to those petals. There we go. And then I've gone for this green. I think it's called holly green, even though it's nothing really like holly. But again, I will confirm that in the comments section when I get a hold of my colour palette. Okay, and that is it. We're done. So there we go. Less is more for March. Really giving me those kind of early spring vibes, those first kind of floral shoots coming up amongst the grass. And let me show you what I was thinking you could do instead of, if you didn't want to draw these florals out, you could maybe use my template and you can print that onto sticker paper, or you could keep it on just as it is on normal paper. You could get a pair of scissors and you can just trim it, but I like to just leave a little bit of an outline because you'll never be able to get it unless you're cutting with a artist's knife. You could get a bit closer if you had a cutting board. Well, some people might have a cricut or cry cut, however you want to pronounce it, and you could create your own stickers. But as I said, I'm going to give you a PDF of this so that you can maybe do this option. So what we could do is we could just get our print stick out or print this on sticker paper, and we could just stick it in to our journals and use these as stickers. And then again, if you wanted, you could still add colour. And you can always do this with all of my templates. You could always print any of them on sticker paper and then use it as a sticker. A lot of people like to do journaling with stickers or even using them in their planners. So I'm just going to I'm going to cut out that larger printed March to show you. So a lot of people struggle with the headers and they get a bit frustrated because it doesn't look like my header. It never has to look like mine. This is like your own versions, and everybody, don't forget, everybody is unique and everybody has their own superpowers, and yours will look different to mine. But if you are sometimes like me and get a bit perfectionist about things and you want it to look a certain way and you can't get it, fake it till you make it. You could cut out March and stick that in. Have your florals. You could even cut out my calendar if you didn't have your own printed one. You could cut it out on a different coloured paper. I've seen a lot of journalers use the brown craft paper. That would look really pretty with this month's theme. So I'm just getting this kind of neatened up a bit. You could print that out. You could do all sorts. So there are a few options for this month's journaling, and I look forward to seeing what you come up with, because you know I love seeing your designs, and give me a tag. I look forward to seeing you soon. I'm hoping that March is gonna give us a little bit more of a break, give us a bit more time than February did. It went so fast. But here's our minimal March theme. Have a great month.